abbiamo deciso di fare questa presentazione sull'ultimo loro libro, che è scritto da Jesper Jespersen e con una prefazione di Bruno Amoroso, su John Maynard Keynes, dicono gli inglesi, noi in italiano diciamo Keynes, no? E quindi che è un libro sulla vita e sulle opere di John Maynard Keynes, attualizzata ad oggi, perché in realtà il lavoro che ha fatto in questi anni Jesper Jespersen è proprio quello di andare a rivisitare ad esempio le principali opere di Keynes, dalla teoria della probabilità fino alla teoria generale dell'occupazione teoria generale dell'occupazione e della moneta, okay? Il trattato, e quello che ne ha ricavato in realtà sono degli insegnamenti che sono ancora oggi attuali. Perché questo? Perché in realtà John Maynard Keynes è uno dei pilastri del Novecento, uno scienziato sociale che si rende conto subito dopo la Prima Guerra Mondiale che il mondo era in grandi ambasce e problemi e rischiava, no? Rischiava e per primo scrisse, lo ricordava oggi il Jesper in dipartimento, seminario in dipartimento, per primo scrisse un volume sulle conseguenze economiche della pace, il trattato di Versailles, che è stato il trattato, diciamo, che ha concluso la resa della Germania nei confronti degli alleati e poiché quel trattato era un trattato estremamente pesante in termini di indennizzo di guerra che la Germania doveva sopportare, Keynes questo libro lo scrive subito e dice: attenzione, le condizioni poste dagli alleati alla Germania sono troppo pesanti, il rischio è lo strozzamento della Germania e quindi con conseguenze che non sono immaginabili. Infatti, no, c'è la Repubblica di Weimar e poi subito dopo l'involuzione e l'arrivo del nazismo nel 1933. Perché ricordo questo? Per un motivo, perché la capacità di Keynes era una capacità analitica innanzitutto, una capacità di analitica e anche, diciamo, di metodologica, e soprattutto era uno che guardava lontano, come dicono gli inglesi, farsighted, no? Era in grado di vedere verso il futuro. Ecco, Jesper in questo volume ripercorre questo, no? Per darvi un'idea della fisicità di Keynes, vi ricordo che era alto 1,98, no? Giusto per capire. Ecco, dall'alto di questa visione lui riesce a produrre un'opera che è appunto quella che nel 1936 che delinea i punti sui quali Jesper si sofferma in questo libro, no? Che sono principalmente l'idea che l'economia si possa muovere sulla base della legge di Sei. No? La legge di Sei è che l'offerta crea la domanda, no? Keynes contesta questo e dice che in realtà è la domanda che crea l'offerta, che quindi è inutile riempire gli scaffali di libri, tanto per capirci, se non ci sono dei lettori, no? Quindi questa è la legge di Sei, comunque riempiamo diciamo, il mercato di beni, ma se davanti al mercato dei beni non ci sono degli acquirenti, dei consumatori, in realtà abbiamo quello che accade oggi, cioè a dire la gente si astiene perché non ha reddito con cui acquistare, no? questi beni. La stessa cosa in realtà è parallelo, ve lo estendo alla Grecia, no? Le condizioni poste alla Grecia in questa situazione di crisi sono delle condizioni troppo stringenti, e alla fine quello che accade è che non ci sarà una ripresa dell'economia greca sulla base di queste condizioni poste dall'Unione Europea. Loro la chiamano triade, no? Quando inseriscono appunto la Commissione Europea, il Fondo Monetario Internazionale e poi anche la Banca Centrale Europea. Ecco, questo è quello di cui si discute in questo libro. Devo dirvi anche che poi il libro è fatto bene, è un libro per lettori non tecnici, non è per economisti, è per il grande pubblico, e alla fine io mi sono anche divertito a ripercorrere, perché poi uno va a ritrovare anche la propria storia, no? E quindi trova anche la letteratura sull'argomento, le scuole macroeconomiche e anche l'influenza, no? L'influenza che proviene, ad esempio, tutti pensiamo che il Keynes sia un non tecnico, e si scopre che in realtà si è iscritto all'Università di Cambridge con matematica e filosofia, no? Quindi aveva delle capacità tecniche che poi tira fuori con questa teoria, trattato sulla probabilità, che è in realtà poi la sua tesi di PhD di dottorato. Ecco, adesso vi ho anticipato alcune cose, credo che Jesper farà, diciamo, un'altra presentazione, e Giovanni Dorio, che è anche lui il professore di politica economica all'Università della Calabria, interverrà in questa direzione. Prego Jesper. It's your turn now. You have to talk in Italian.
Thank you so much for the invitation.
Jesper ha anche preso il PhD, il dottorato di ricerca all'Istituto Universitario di Firenze, europeo di Firenze, quindi un po' italiano nonostante tutto lo conosce, e quindi evitiamo stroncature in italiano perché lui capirebbe questo, no? Va bene, okay, prego.
Thank you, David. Excuse me for speaking English. I will speak rather slowly and make interventions and ask David what did the man say.
Yeah.
In fact, my name is Jesper. Will you translate all of it? Or?
Yeah, mostly yes.
Okay,
yeah.
then I should limit the words.
Yeah, of course. Okay.
But Maynard Keynes, well, he was, as David already said, the main economist of last century. He changed the way we were thinking about economics fundamentally. He did it up against neoclassical theory, demonstrated that they cannot explain economic of crisis. His main work, the general theory of employment, interest and money, well, came in the middle of the crisis and concluded that the economic system, the macroeconomic system, is not self-adjusting, cannot manage itself to create full employment, growth, and a more fair income distribution. Full employment, growth, and a fair income distribution. We need politics. And we should recall that Keynes's policies were, in fact, very successful in the 50s and the 60s. You have never seen higher growth rates in the Western countries before, before, after. It's not all due to Keynes. Reparation after the war and these things. But the paradox, the present paradox, is that mainstream economists are still neoclassical after this brief Keynesian period, and they have learned nothing. They should read my book. And they recommend, well, the policy, as we know, lower wages, reduce taxes for the rich, and balance budgets. No wonder that growth has stopped. Yeah. Now I will show you a few numbers which demonstrate that the crisis has been deeper and deeper, and the crisis is in no respect over. For a short while it has stabilized here, but there's a risk that it will fall. I just show the, I think, the statistics. Here you see growth rates. The point is 60s, high growth, 70s, lower growth, and we talk about Europe. Germany is the same, Italy the same, very high growth rate in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, the zeros, and today it's here negative growth in some of the countries. And well, probably you understood, but the point is that they stopped Keynesian policy here, and then it went down, and now growth has stopped. Here, unemployment in Europe as a whole. We start in the 60s, 60, and then the 70s, 80s, 90s, and further up in the crisis. And you can see there's only one way, and it's up, because growth goes down.
Yeah.
So this is a picture of the European economy right now, taken from The Economist. A dead body.
Great, that's nice. Fatemelo tradurre perché questo è bellissimo. C'è questo pappagallo che ormai è andato di là, e la Merkel che dice si sta solo riposando, no? Quella dell'Europa.
Here we have the German Chancellor, Angela Merkel, and of course she has a different opinion. She is saying of the parrot, it is only resting. To make an excuse, I think that was the underlying problem, is the misunderstanding of the working of the macroeconomic system. That it cannot generate growth by itself. And therefore, Angela Merkel, she is wrong that it is only resting. No. I might exaggerate when I say, hello Ivar, I might exaggerate when I say that it is dying, but for sure it is paralyzed.
Yeah. Allora, sì, qui vedete in realtà gli investimenti reali. I already translated this.
Okay.
Yeah. Gli investimenti come percentuale del prodotto interno lordo, che erano molto alti nel 1970, come vedete erano più o meno al 35% del prodotto interno lordo, e sono caduti al circa il 18%.
Because, may I just say, because from Keynes we know that real investment, real investment.
Yeah, real investment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, real investment.
Yes, you just explained
Yeah.
that real investment is the engine, motore,
Sì.
the sistema economica. The two reasons. A, it creates jobs when real investment is produced, machinery, infrastructures, buildings, new houses, electricity, power station, sustainable development, you name it. That creates jobs now. But when it is installed, it creates productivity, makes society more productive, so it can create even further growth. Machines, more machines, and machines going faster. So there's this double, that investment creates job now and capacity tomorrow. Down the drain. Europe has a problem. And especially Germany. And that might surprise, even I was surprised, that the German investment rate is one of the lowest because they invest abroad. They invest abroad. Italy is on the average, but also very low these days. So all countries, even Germany, has a problem.
And what about the yellow one?
The yellow is the average. The EU,
between the two.
No, the average of the EU.
Yes.
We are in the middle of a crisis, and people, which means firms, households, feel uncertainty about the future. They are uncertain about the future. They dare not invest, firms, and households save. They hardly dare to consume if they have a job, because welfare state is cut down, which means that if you have a job, now you have to save to have some money if you lose your job. So this crisis creates uncertainty, which increases savings. And therefore there is a mismatch between people are saving more and firms are investing less. So this is an imbalance, a huge imbalance, which I will demonstrate. This is the core of Keynes' theory, to see the imbalance between savings, because savings is negative. Then you don't spend, you don't buy, you don't create production. So when savings are much larger than investment, there is this negative drag on the economy. I think this is really the core, that savings and investment, that imbalance. It could also go the other way, and then you have a boom. But now it's this way. And this imbalance, well, which I call, because that's financial savings. Savings which are invested in machinery, building, infrastructure. That's reality. That creates jobs. But the part of savings which go into the financial sector, government bonds, banks, because the banks, if they don't create loans, then they just get stuck there. And here, well, really, Germany is the big saver. They save approximately 10% of GDP, save more than they invest. So there is really this negative drag from Germany. From the EU on average, and even from Italy, there is this negative that you save more than you spend on investment.
Negativo qui una...
It began in the early, around 2003, and then it became really bad during the crisis.
Sì.
If you have understood this, you ask yourself, will lower wages solve that problem? Will less tax on the rich solve that problem? Will a balanced budget, which means austerity policy, solve that problem? Think it over.
I missed the point.
Okay.
I was
thinking
of
your son's wedding.
No, Giovanni, I missed the point.
I just raised this rhetorical question.
Maybe even the others missed the point. Yeah. You missed the point.
Yes.
Yeah. If you repeat, I think it's
okay. This is the root of the crisis. Too much savings in the financial savings, because people are afraid, they don't dare to invest. And then I asked the rhetorical question.
Yeah.
Will lower wage solve that problem? Will lower taxes on the rich, so they supply more labor, solve that problem? Will a balanced budget, meaning austerity policy, solve that problem?
Yeah. Okay.
Because austerity policy means reduced or reduction of public investment. It means even lower investment. That's the problem. So, so we are in a so-called vicious.
Circo vizioso.
Yeah. Because the private sector is saving, but dare not or cannot undertake real investment, which creates unemployment.
Questo circo vizioso è costituito appunto dal fatto che il settore privato aumenta il risparmio, ma non vengono messi in piedi degli investimenti reali, e questo provoca chiaramente un aumento della disoccupazione.
Unemployment is the main cause of budget deficits in all countries except Greece.
La disoccupazione è la maggiore causa del deficit di bilancio in quasi tutti i paesi.
And budget deficit, if it causes austerity policy, it will increase unemployment even further.
Yeah.
This is the vicious cycle.
Un deficit di bilancio provoca politiche di austerità, e questo porta chiaramente a ulteriore disoccupazione, e quindi questo vuol dire che il circolo vizioso, si parte da disoccupazione e si torna a un aumento della disoccupazione.
So, this is just fiscal policy, really austerity policy, and countries here, Greece, Italy, Denmark, Portugal, Germany, the EU average, Ireland, Austria, Belgium, Spain, Netherlands, they have all restrictive fiscal policy, which you can see in the numbers. Really, austerity policy in all these countries. And Italy, no wonder you have a problem. Okay, what would Keynes have said if he had been alive to this present
Di fronte a questa
misery?
situazione, cosa avrebbe fatto Keynes se fosse stato vivo?
Well, he would have said, here we have a front page from The Economist once again, he would have said, yes, burn the textbooks, The point is
Sono scantinato.
that the economist, well, here you have a standard textbook, modern economic theory, which is melting down. Why? It can't explain the crisis. Because they assume that savings and investment are equal. You hear it so often, the more you save, the more you invest. It's not true. Private sector self-adjustment to full employment. It's not true. But budget surplus, that's true, unfortunately. So really, what Keynes would have said is look after unemployment. Because if you can reduce unemployment, well, the budget will improve by itself. More taxes, less social expenditure. And secondly, government should take responsibility of make these financial savings active, to create an environment, to create plans and some kind of cooperation with the private sector to activate the financial savings. We talk so often about activating the unemployed, but how can you activate unemployed if there are no jobs? But you can activate private savings if you create realistic investment plans. The government should take responsibility to create an environment so private savers dare to invest. Più facile. Okay, be practical. How to do it, or what to do. At the European level, well, there was this so-called Juncker plan. Probably everyone has forgotten, but a year ago he suggested a piccoli Juncker plan, piccoli, 2% of GDP, but financed by private excess savings, mainly pension funds. If he had suggested 2% each year for 5 years, then it could have created optimism. But he suggested 2% for the entire period and forgot to ask the pension funds or force them. And one more. There is a specific euro crisis in the monetary union because especially Germany has a balance of payments surplus, which is a negative drag on the other countries because they have a deficit. But they should pay half of their surplus into a solidarity fund because, well, this surplus is earned from the other member countries. And that was what Keynes suggested in 1944 in Bretton Woods. Surplus countries have to pay into a... You may recall that back in 1944 at the Bretton Woods, the Americans said no to the Solidarity Fund. But a few years later, as you mentioned, I think, they realized that they had to give Marshall aid. They had to support the deficit countries one way or another. They didn't accept this solidarity institutionalized, help, but they gave some help, a kind of Juncker plan. As to demonstrate, Germany export, the other countries export. You can't beat the Germans. So this is, well, and Germany has a huge surplus. But if Germany says 9,
Ma se la Germania dice no?
yeah, if Germany, and probably they will say no.
Yeah.
What then? Well, then my suggestion is because you can't beat the Germans. They are more effective. They have lower costs, and they suppress the other member countries. And one of the suggestions in another book written by Bruno on Europe, well, we suggest that if Germany says no, well, then one way out of the financial crisis is to create €1,000. To get out of the German grip.
Posso contestare una cosa? Sì. Questa figura in realtà contraddice una cosa che hai detto in precedenza, e cioè dire, quando abbiamo visto la caduta degli investimenti tedeschi, when we saw the deepening of the investment ratio in Germany, you said that it was because of FDI, German FDI.
No, not because of that. No. Yeah, I said that they invest.
Yeah.
No, they invest less.
They invest abroad.
But they export.
But this.
Yeah, but they invest in financial assets. That's a problem.
Let me. Okay. But this figure is in contrast with that one, because Germany in this case is producing in Germany and exporting. It's a big exporter in Europe. Quindi quello che sto dicendo è che in realtà questa figura contraddice un poco quello che avevamo visto in precedenza sulla caduta degli investimenti in Germania, perché avevo detto che gli investimenti erano, quella caduta degli investimenti tedeschi era compensata dagli investimenti all'estero della Germania. Qui invece vediamo che la Germania è il maggiore esportatore, no? E quindi allora gli investimenti li fanno interno, no? Tutta l'industria automobilistica tedesca in realtà ha il cuore in Germania e continua ad essere la fonte trainante delle esportazioni.
What David tries to say is that the European crisis is uneven distributed.
Yeah.
Germany take a larger share of the production by exporting. Mm-hmm. And the other countries have to accept this import, because export and import goes together. Mm-hmm. So we have a crisis due to low investment. Mm-hmm. And that crisis is unequally distributed because of German export and much higher international competitiveness than the other countries.
Yeah.
That's the essence.
And is it based on what, this higher productivity of Germany?
You want higher international competitiveness.
It's not coming from the...
Low wage, high productivity and better competitiveness. But the problem is that what Germany exports, David, look, listen. No, what Germany exports, some has to import. And those who import lose production.
Qui dice che la Germania sta esportando se stessa attraverso le esportazioni, no? Si sta portando fuori dalla crisi a discapito degli altri paesi.
So therefore, to get out of the German grip, well, one way is to create the Southern Euro. Another way is to go on reducing wages in Southern Europe, deepening the crisis even further.
per stare dietro alla competitività della Germania e all'alta produttività della Germania, in realtà quello che si dovrebbe fare è diminuire i salari nel sud Europa, nei paesi del sud Europa, e questo comporterebbe ancora una accentuazione della crisi, perché la diminuzione dei salari significherebbe una maggiore un minore potere d'acquisto, e quindi diciamo, la proposta è di fare un euro del sud Europa. Cosa vuol dire questo? Questa proposta vuol dire che se il sud Europa mette in piedi un euro del sud, un proprio euro, in realtà poi può svalutare. Questo è il punto. E attraverso la svalutazione recupererebbe dei margini di produttività che non ha nei confronti della Germania. That's your point, actually.
And well, if you have your own currency, you could create.
Evaluate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, of course, of course, of course. Make yourself competitive.
Yeah.
Make yourself
But
competitive.
you do not improve your productivity. You just devaluate.
It's a long debate, but at least it gives you a number of political freedom which Germany will never allow.
Yeah.
But Germany, the Germans are not easy either. And well, if you get political freedom, sovereignty, if you get your own sovereignty, well, you could start further austerity policy, start to rebuild the welfare state, which is part of the problem. Increase competitiveness by reducing production taxes and switch into income taxes. In my country, we have on ordinary income 40% income tax, on higher income 55%. And we are doing quite well. So it gives you sovereignty to decide. But if the politician thinks that German policy is fine, don't make the change.
What about taxes on firm in Denmark?
22%.
22.
Yeah.
Yeah. Allora, come la proposta sarebbe quella di poter fare, se esiste un euro del sud insieme alla Francia, si potrebbero bloccare le politiche di austerità, no? Si potrebbe ricominciare a ricostruire il welfare state attraverso la svalutazione, perché questo è implicito nella proposta. Si potrebbe aumentare la competitività anche attraverso la riduzione delle tasse sulla produzione, che ad esempio in Danimarca è attorno al 20%, 22% di production taxes.
Yeah, well, on firms pay 22%. We have hardly any production tax.
22%, in Italia è molto più alta in realtà. Quindi
So, well, but the point is political sovereignty. When you have given up your own money, you have lost sovereignty for good and for you have lost it for good, and then it's up to the politicians to decide, and that's probably the main reason why Sweden, Denmark, Great Britain has said no.
No, I missed the last point.
No, it's just
if you gain your if you gain your political sovereignty.
well, you lose political sovereignty when you give up your own currency.
Mm-hmm.
It is as simple as that.
Yeah,
But if politicians just follow the Germans, well, then it doesn't matter. And then, well, I would just say thank you to David,
Yeah.
yes, and to Maynard Keynes
Yeah.
for inspiration, how to get out of crisis.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
may I recommend?
Grazie.
So, yes.
Domande. Potete tirare sul bersaglio.